Hello friends, it's Prajwal Pathak this side and you are watching my YouTube channel PyGuru. Friends, today in this tutorial we are going to create a very simple command line quiz game which anyone can play. So first of all, let me just run this game and show you, and then we will move towards the coding part of this game. See here I have two files, one is game.py and the another one is main.py. So to run this game I have to run my main.py file in my command prompt. So let me just open my command prompt and then we will run this file there. So let me just open it, and here I'm in my command prompt. So to run this file, simply type the name of the file, which is main.py. So just type this and press enter, and it will start the game for us. So let it get started, and say it's saying that quiz game, and then it's also giving us the direction. Press space to start the game, Q to exit. Okay, and then so if I want to play the game, I have to simply press space and then enter, and it will start the game for us. So see here, the basic concept of this game is that it will ask few questions from us, and then it will also give us options, and from those options we can select one option. Okay, see, it's the first question it's asking is what is capital of Russia. So I know the answers, so I'll simply I can press up and down arrow keys to toggle between these four options. So let me just press go on Moscow and press enter to select Moscow. See, now it's saying that what is capital of Russia, and the option that we have selected, that is Moscow. And then what is currency of China. So it's yuan. I'll go on yuan and press enter to select it. Then it's asking what is national animal of India. So see, it's tiger. So I'll simply press on enter to select tiger. And then 1 KB in bytes is equal to 1 KB in bytes is equal to 1024 bytes. But let me just select a wrong answer for this. Let's say I'm selecting 1032. Okay, and press enter, and then it's asking the largest continent on earth. So the largest continent is Asia. So I'll just go on Asia and press enter. Now see, I have given 4 correct answers and 1 wrong answer. So let me just check my score. Your score is 4. Okay, so this is the whole game. The whole game will be working like this, and then again will be get back to the main screen, which saying that press space to start the game, Q to exit. So let me just press Q and press enter to exit the game. Okay, so now we are outside this game. So let me okay, so this is the whole game that we'll be creating. Now to make this game you have to install two libraries first. The first library is pyinquirer, and the another one is pyfiglet. Installing them is very easy. First of all, get connected with the internet, and then type here in your command prompt, type pip install pyinquirer. To install pyinquirer, see, I have already installed it, so it will give me a requirement already satisfied message, but you have to install it. Okay, so let it get executed first, and then we'll move learn how can we install the next library, which is pyfiglet. It's also the same. To install it you have to type pip install pyfiglet. So it's see that it's saying that requirement already satisfied because I have already installed it. Okay, but on your system you have to install it first. And then similarly for the second library too, you have to type pip install pyfiglet. Pip install pyfiglet. Remember the spellings, otherwise you will get errors. So to install it you have to type pip install pyfiglet. Again I have already installed it, so again I will get a requirement already satisfied message. So let me just close this command prompt. Okay, so first install it, and then let's move toward the coding part of this game. See, I have two files, so again to make this game I have to create two files first. So let me just press Ctrl N to create a new file, and Ctrl S to save this. I'll go to some other folder to save this file so that I can make this game from scratch. So let's go to test projects. PyGuru tutorials. Okay, I'll go to tutorials. I have created an empty folder here, quiz game, and inside this game quiz game folder I will create my Python script, which is game.py. Okay, you can give it any name, and then again I have to create one more file whose name will be main.py. Again you can give it any name. Okay, so main.py. Oops, sorry, cancel. I have to create it in my folder, which is uh, the folder quiz game folder. Okay, so I'll go to that folder which is inside tutorials, and then quiz game, and here I'll create, see, I have created game.py, and let's create a main.py file. Okay, now let's go to game.py file, and here I have to import the pyinquirer library. See, first of all we'll be making the questions and their options part. Okay, see, a game had two parts. First of all, the starting part, which was saying that the game name, which was quiz game, and then it was giving a direction to play the game. We have to press start space, sorry, and then to exit the game we have to press q. And then after that we have a main game, okay, which was asking us questions and giving us options. And then at the end we have a one more screen which was saying that your total score is this, okay, like this. So we had two parts. So the game, in the game.py part, will be responsible for those questions and their options, whereas main.py part will be responsible for the starting screen and the ending screen of the game. So we first of all we will create this game.py part. Okay, so see, inside the game.py part we have to we'll be creating this game.py part using the pyinquirer module. Okay, whereas pyfiglet module will be used to make those game start and your score part. Okay, so let's first import the pyinquirer module in this game.py file. So type from pyinquirer. Okay, and uh, let me see if it's okay. So its name is from pyinquirer. Okay, keep in mind p and I will be in capital. So from pyinquirer import, we have to import few things. Style from dict. So just type it like this: from pyinquirer style from dict. Okay, we have to import this thing, and then we have to import prompt. Okay, and then we have to import token, and then we have to import one more thing whose name is separator. Okay, so let's just import these four things from pyinquirer module. Now just go to this game.py file. See, this whole script is available in zip format inside this video description. So first download it. Actually I need this dictionary from this file, so I'll just copy it here, okay, and paste it here. So I'll be explaining what this thing is for. So let me just now close these two files. We do not need them anymore. Okay, see, I have copied this dictionary from the my game.py file which I have created earlier. See, this is a dictionary which is saying that style from dict. It has several colors associated with it. What this dictionary will do, I'll be explaining it after making this whole part. Okay, so you can just skip it for now. I'll be explaining it. Basically, what is this? It's saying that for separators we have to score. We have to store. We have to show separators in white color. We have to show question marks in black color. We have to show the option that we have selected in sky blue color. We have to show the pointers in front of the options in white color. We have to show the instructions like to use arrow keys to go up and down in white color, and we have to show the answers that the user has selected in green color, and we have to show the questions in orange color. Okay, basically it's shade of orange, but in command prompt it will be shown like red color. Okay, so this whole dictionary is saying the same thing. Now if you are not able to understand it, don't worry, I'll be explaining it in a minute. Okay, and then we have to create one more dictionary. See, first of all we had a dictionary whose name is style. Okay, and then what we are going to do, we are going to create one more dictionary for us which will store the questions. Okay, questions and their respective answers. So just create a variable questions. Okay, it will be list like. So let me just press tab, and here let's create a dictionary. Okay, like this. Okay, so yep, we are good to go. And sorry, let's create our first question. So here give a key type and its value will be list. Okay, remember to give it the value list, and then create another key whose name will be name, which will be name. Okay, and then we have to give it a value of a capital. See, I'll be explaining why I am giving it capital, don't worry. And then we have to create another key message. Inside message we have to store our question. So my first question will be one dot, this is the question number. Okay, and it's saying that what is the capital of Russia. Okay, and we just put a question mark here and press a comma. Okay, and the fourth key will be choices, and its value will be a list which will store the options of this question. So let me just give Tokyo. Well, you can give any options, keep in mind. Okay, so the second option will be Beijing. The third option will be yuan. See, I'm giving 4 options. It's up to you how many options you want to give. If you want to give just 3 options, just do not give this fourth option here, and the fourth option in my case will be Moscow. Okay, it's up to you how many choices you want to give the user. Okay, so this is the first question. So to create the second question, just copy this dictionary, paste it here. Okay, the name of this here will be instead of capital, let's say it will be currency. Okay, so it will ask the user what is the currency of China. Currency of China. So let's type this China, and again we have to give 4 options to the user. You can give any options, so let me just give dollars. Okay, and then let me just give let's say yen, and then third will be yuan. Oh, I think it's not will be yuan, it's a currency. Okay, you can give any capital name here, Ontario. Okay, here it will be yuan, and the fourth option will be let's say you can give anything. Let me just give krone or Indian rupee. Whatever options you want to give, you can just type those options inside this list and those questions inside this message. And then to create another question, just copy this dictionary here again, and the name will be, let's say, uh, animal. Okay, see, it's up to you what the name you want to give. Basically it will create a dictionary for us. And why I'm not explaining this thing particularly, because I will explain it after running the game, so then only you will be able to understand it, what it's doing. Okay, so the third question will be, oh, it will be question number 2. It will be question number 3. The question number 3 will say what is the national animal of India. Okay, national animal of India. So just animal of India. Again you can give any question. I'm just giving 5 questions. You can again give 20 to 20 questions. How many questions you want, you can give, and the options, respective options, you can also give. Okay, so let's give the options with which will be tiger, lion, and then leopard, and then panther. You can again give any options, it's totally up to you. You can give any questions, again it's up to you. Let me just paste this again. Okay, the fourth question will be, the name of the fourth question will be KB. You can give it anything. Basically what it will do, the user will select an option from this. Okay, let's say in the first question user is selecting Moscow, so it will simply create a dictionary whose key will be capital and the option will be value will be Moscow. In the second case it will also create a dictionary whose key will be currency and the option will be, let's say if I am selecting yuan, so it will select yuan. Okay, just like this. So just keep these names different from each other so that the dictionary will be created perfectly. Okay, so what is how many you can give again any question here. So let's say 1 KB in bytes is equal to uh, it's question number 4 and it's 1 here. Okay, and the options will be, let's say you can give any options. Let me just type 1000. Okay, and 1024. Again you can give any options, it's up to you. 1032 or 1098, whatever you want to give, just give it 1098. Okay, and it's question number 4. Okay, it's fine. And let's just give the fifth question. The fifth question, the value of name will be let's say continent. Okay, you can give again any option name here. And what is the largest continent on earth? What is the largest, sorry, continent on earth? Earth. Okay, it's question number 5, so just type 5 here. Again give the 4 options. I'll simply give Australia. Pardon for my spelling mistake if there's any. Okay, and the second option will be, let's say Antarctica. The third option will say Asia, and the fourth option will say Africa. You can give any options again. So far we have created a dictionary of 5 questions. Okay, you can give as many questions you want. Just keep copying and pasting this. Okay, and change the question number, this question, and the option, and then name. Okay, so we have simply created this questions basically, which is it's a list, and inside this list we have 5 dictionaries which stands for 5 questions. If you have 10 questions, so you have to create 10 dictionaries here. Okay, finally let's try running it. So how to run it? Simply you have to do one thing, we have to pass it to the prompt. So let's create a main function. We'll be doing it inside a main function, def main. okay, like this. And inside this, let's create a variable answers. And see, we have imported one thing from here. It's prompt name, so we'll simply type prompt. So simply type prompt, okay. And first of all, pass the questions dictionary, okay, and then pass style equals style. And finally, what we are going to do, we are going to print the answers variable. So let me just run it and show you how it will work. So first of all, you have to call this function to run it, okay, main function. To run this game, simply go to your folder where you have saved this file. See, we have game.py file, so I'll be running it first. Open your command prompt, simply clear this address bar and type cmd, press enter. It will open command prompt in this folder, okay. uh, Let me again do this. Just go to this folder, clear this address bar and type cmd here. Why it's not opening? Sorry, my fault. Actually, I have one more way by which I can open cmd. Let me just type cmd and it will open this command prompt for us, me. You can actually, this is not working because my system is little slow. I can open it, okay. See, I have cmd.exe open. You have to simply type cmd there and it will open command prompt. See, sorry, my fault, pardon me, I am really sorry. Just go here, okay, clear this address bar, type cmd, press enter, and it should open a command prompt for us. See, it's opening a command prompt for us. To run the file, type your game name, file name, which is game.py. So I'll simply press game.py, press enter, and it will give us 5 questions that we have created, okay. So it's asking what is the capital of Russia. Use arrow keys to go up and down. So I'll just go to one and create, let's say select Moscow, okay. So it's asking as the second question like this. See, for the questions it using the red color. Here we have defined, see, in the style from dictionary, that for questions we have to use the red color. See, basically it's a shade of orange, but in command prompt it's looking like red. And this is the option that we have selected, Moscow. So see, for token.answer we have defined that it should use the green color. You can use any color again here. These are basically hex colors, okay, which will either be 3 digits, 3 characters, or 6 characters, okay. You can just search on internet for particular hex value of a color, okay. So it stands for green, it's for white, it's for sky blue, okay, like this. And see, for on the option that we are currently on, it's being displayed in sky blue color, okay, like this. So just select anyone and just select it like this, okay. Just give it a name like this. See, basically what you have did, it's printing a, see, in the end it's printing a dictionary in which the first key is capital, its value is Moscow. The second key is currency, its value is yen. And it's the key is being taken from this name variable. See, we have defined the key as capital, so it's taking key as capital, and the option that we have selected as its value. The second key is currency, from here, see, currency, and the option is yen that we have selected. The third key is let me just scroll down so to see. The third key is animal, fourth key is kb, and fifth key is continent, and their respective answer is stored as their value. And see, this answer or this dictionary is being stored in this answers variable, okay. So instead of printing answer, we will simply return this answers dictionary, okay. And this main function, we will not be calling it inside here. Instead we will be calling it inside the main function, okay. So let's we have completed the game part, okay. And now we have to create the UI part. So let's create the UI part. It's very easy to create. First, import the OS module, it's available by default. Import the time module, again it's available by default. And from pyfiglet, we have down installed it, okay. From pyfiglet, import figlet, okay. Sorry, my fault. See, I have a complete video on this figlet module. I will giving it a, sorry, oops. This happens when your system hangs, but don't worry, it will work very fine on your system, okay. And then see, we have created this game.py file. We are just going to import this file inside this main file. So how to import it? Simply type import and then your file name. If it's game.py, simply type game, okay. The concept that we are going to use, that we have created a main function from here. Instead of calling this main function in this file, we are going to just call this main function inside this main file, okay. So this is how our game will work. So let me create, first of all, let's create a list, correct. Basically it's a list of list which will store the correct options. So see, we have to check whether the option that the user selected is correct or not. So basically we are going to create a list. Okay, this list will store the correct options in it. So for the first question, the correct answer is Moscow, so it will simply store Moscow in it. Okay, so let's copy it, paste it here. And this, for the second question, the correct answer is yuan, so it will store yuan in it. So let's copy it and paste it here. And for the third question, the correct answer is tiger, so it will store tiger in it. Keep in mind, you have to store the correct answers in it. Okay, otherwise the checking will be wrong and you may get some other score. Okay, the fourth question has the correct answer of 1024, so I'll just store 1024 in it. Okay, and the fifth question has an answer of Asia, so it will store Asia in it. Okay, so let's just store Asia in it. So this is basically a list which is storing the correct answer of each questions. Okay, and now what we are going to do, we are going to create a function def display. This display function will be responsible for displaying any text on the screen, and it will take two things, a message and a style. Now keep in mind, this style is not equal to this style. Okay, this style is given by pyinquirer, while this style will be given by pyfiglet module. Again, I have created a whole video on it. Basically in that video I have shown 15 different styles that you can use, but in this video we are going to use simply two styles. So what we are going to do, print inside this function, what this function will do, it will create simply first of all 10 new lines. Okay, let's put a backward slash here to create a new line, and then what we are going to do, we have to create an object of this class, figlet class, figlet, and inside this figlet class you have to pass the style that the user inputs. Okay, again this style will be anything, not anything, basically in the previous video I have shown 15 styles that you can select, simply so you have to pass one style here, and then what you have to do, print f dot, we can apply a method on it, render text method, which will basically text a message. Okay, and it will print this message in the style that the user gives. Okay, so this is the simple thing. Okay, you do not have to worry about. Let me just run this function display, and let's pass this hello and give a style. One of the styles is slant, so I'll simply pass slant here and run it, and you will see something being printed on the screen in this format. So module not found error, it's saying that we have pyfiglet. Okay, what's the error? Maybe in error, it may be the error. Okay, so pyfiglet, so let's run it, and it should show me simply the style that we have created. See, again my system is little hanging, but don't worry, it will working fine. So see, it's taking a it's writing this hello thing in a slant value. Okay, again it's created 10 new lines and it's writing it in a slant value. Okay, slant format. You can pass any style here. Again you can go check that video for more styles. Okay, so this is the thing that will happen when call this display method. It will take a message from the user and the style from the user. Okay, now what we are going to do, we are going to create the main game, which will be like this. Let's create a comment, so we can tell the user that it's the main logic of this game. Okay, here what we are going to do, let's create a while loop, while true. Okay, it's infinite while loop. What it will do, os.system cls, what it will do, see, we will be running this game in command prompt, so this particular line will erase everything that is on the command prompt. So okay, hope it you are able to understand it. It will basically clear the command prompt for us. Now I will not be running this game in this Sublime Text 3. Instead I will be running it in command prompt. Okay, so this is the thing. Then what we are going to do, we are going to call this display function. Okay, inside it we are going to call you can give anything here, quiz game. Okay, and a value of slant, the style will be slant, and the next thing is print few lines slash n, let's say few empty lines, new lines. Okay, and it will be slash here, so I'll simply plus a slash. Okay, it will create few new lines, and then we are going to use give the user instruction /t/t, which will tell the user that press space to start the game, Q to exit. Okay, it means that the user has to press space to start the game and then Q to exit the game. So let me just run this part, and let's put a ch input here, so that it should ask for a user input. So you can just put it empty like this. Okay, and let's run it. Let's call now, we have to call this main.py file instead of game.py file. So let me just pass main.py and press enter, and first of all it will clear everything that is here, okay, by this line os.system.cls, and then it will show quiz game and the slant format. Okay, see, it's in the quiz game in the slant format, and then it has created few new lines here. Okay, and then it's giving us press space to start the game or Q to exit. So let me just press Q and then enter to exit the game. Okay, so see, we have not given anything break, we have not put any if condition that if the user press Q we have to break this loop. Okay, so that's why it again started, since it's an infinite loop. Okay, this is the thing that you have to keep in mind. So let me just remove this file. Okay, now we are asking the user that he should give some input here. Okay, press space to start the game, Q to exit. So it's working like this. Okay, now what we are going to do, we are going to simply check the conditions. If ch equals space, so what we have to do, os.system, again we have to clear everything, cls. Okay, we can clear everything using this method. Okay, now let's put a comment here. This part will be responsible for the gameplay, like this. Okay, you can give anything, not necessary. Okay, what here, let's just put print /n multiplied by 2. It will create 2 new lines for us. Then we have to type print, let's say few lines here, game, quiz game, you can write anything here, quiz game, and let's just copy this thing, Control C, paste it here, and then put a X here. Okay, basically what it will do, it will simply print it like this. Okay, nothing else. And then again we have to just copy this, put a /n here. See, Sublime Text 3 automatically removes the backward slashes, so we have to keep editing it. Okay, /n like this, so like this. And then finally what we are going to do, see, that as I said, we have created this main function inside this game though, but we are going to run this main function in this script, main.py script. How can we do it? Basically we are going to create a user answers variable, and we are just going to call it, see its name is game. Okay, inside it has a function main. So to call this, you have to type game dot main function. See, this main function is basically returning a dictionary, as I have shown you already by printing the answers. This dictionary will be stored in this user answers variable. Okay, and then what we are going to do, just putting a time dot sleep of 1. Okay, basically it will stop every this script for 1 second. Okay, so that the user will be able to see all the options that he has selected. You can pass any value here, 1 2 3 4. Remember, this value is in seconds. Okay, and then finally we are going to calculate the score, and then end the game. Okay, so how we are going to do it, to calculate the score, we are going to create another function, def get score. You can give it any name again. Okay, basically it will take two things, user function, the list of correct solutions. See, this list is correcting this correct list is storing the correct options of each question. So this function will take two lists, basically the solutions which are correct and then the solution that the user has given. Okay, so basically you can give it any name, user solution. Okay, and what we are going to do, we are going to create a score variable and then slide it with 0, and then we are going to put a zip function on this both list. So for s comma u, or you can give c comma u. In c stands for correct, okay, and u stands for user, the option that user is selected, zip. And let's just pass these two values from here, Control C, paste it here. Okay, basically what it will do, it will pick the first option from this, or the first element from this list, the first element from this list, compare both. If they are equal, this means that the user has given the correct answer. So what we are going to do, we are simply going to put if condition, if c equals u, it means the user has given the correct answer, so we are just going to increase the score by 1. Okay, like this for 5 options. Okay, since we have 5 elements, so 5 elements will be checked of this both lists. So finally we are going to return this score. Okay, and now what we are going to do, if ch equals space, everything's fine. Just remove this thing and let's get back here. What we are going to do, basically we are going to display the score. Okay, so first of all let's create a user list. See, as I have shown you, this answer dictionary, this answers is simply a dictionary which is now stored in this user answers variable. So what we are going to do, basically we have to pick all those values, not the keys, only the values from this user answers dictionary. So how can we do it? Simply we are going to use the list comprehension. So j in user answer dot values. Basically values is a method that you can apply on any dictionary. It will only give you the values, not the keys. Similarly there is one more method, keys method, which will only give you the keys, not the values. So we are using the values. Basically what it will do, from each value is simply going to store in a list whose name is user. Okay, now we are just going to pass this user and the correct list to this function that we have created, this get score function. So let's just do it. Let's call this function. So how can we call it? Simply score equals get score, and here, sorry, get score. Okay, and here the first value is, the first list should be the list of correct options. See, it's correct, and the second list should be the options selected by the user. So I'll simply pass correct and then the user. See, this user list is storing the options selected by the user. Okay, same thing, hope it you understood. So we are going to clear the screen os.system and passing cls here. Okay, and then finally we are going to print the score, user score. So let's just call it display a formatted string. Okay, and then your score, so like this, and here just pass this score variable. This score variable is storing the score, user score. Okay, like this. And finally we have to give a style. See, since display function is taking two things, a message, okay, as we have defined already, a message, and the style. And the style this time will be banner 3D. Again, it's a predefined style, so I'm just passing it 3D. Okay, 3-d, it will be 3-d, keep in mind. Okay, and then finally we are just going to stop this game for few seconds. Okay, time.sleep for, let's say, 4 seconds. You can pass any value here, and then see, this whole thing will happen when the user has pressed space. But if the user has pressed let's say q, so what you have to do, if ch equals q, then we have to simply break this game. Okay, and nearly we are done with our game. Let's just run it and see if everything's work fine. So we have opened command prompt, and let's run this main file. So main.py, so just run it, main.py, and it should start the game, run this game. Okay, if everything goes fine, we should be able to play this game fine. Okay, press space to start the game. Let's press space and then enter to start the game. Then it's asking, initially it's written this quiz game, which is happening from this line. Okay, see, first of all we have given we have the user presses space, we have to clear the screen. See, we have created press space and then enter. The whole screen got cleared, and then we have created two new lines, printed two new lines. So these are two new lines. Then we have printed this line, quiz game, which is like this, and then again we have printed two new lines. Then this is two new lines. Okay, and then we have called this main game.main function with this game script and this main functions here. So that's why we are here getting the, sorry, where my all these things go. Okay, here is the command prompt. Okay, so it's asking what is the capital of Russia. Let's pass Moscow. It's asking what is the currency of China. Let's pass yuan. It's asking national animal of India. Let's pass tiger. Let's pass 1024. Let's pass Asia. Okay, and since now after passing Asia, this game will stop for 1 second, because we have said time.sleep1. Okay, so it's basically time.sleep1. See, now it's stopped for 1 second. You can pass anything here, and then it's again calculating the score from here. Okay, score equals get score, correct, and user, and then it's clearing everything, finally printing the total score. Okay, Then we have stopped this game for time.sleep 4 seconds, so the user can see his score. You can pass 5, 10, anything here. Finally, I will be back at this screen. So if I press Q and then enter, the game will stop. Okay, so this is the whole game, and hope you understood it. If you have any doubt related to this game, you can ask it in the comment section. If there's any error, or if you want to modify it, you can just modify it game a little further by asking the username and then saying that, hey user, your score is like this. Okay, so you can modify the game if you want, but I think this is enough. So if you like this video, leave a like or a dislike. If you are new to my channel, subscribe it. Thank you. See you in the next video.